welcome. My name is Helena and I am the creator behind Fabel Knitwear, where I design knitting patterns, buttons and I hand dye yarn. Welcome! It's not been that long actually, which is rare. I talk about my design process, dyeing, anything sort of creative that I do, just as an outlet for that. I feel like that's a recurring theme with a lot of people who do this. None of my friends are knitters or like painters, or none of them. Everyone's the lawyers and physiotherapists and the police. There's a lot of very practical, hands-on work going on out there with my group of friends. I don't really have any knitters. I have acquaintances and I've started making friends who are knitters through the wonderful world of social media. But I don't really get to talk a lot about all this stuff to my friends, and so this is brilliant. And I feel like that's, as I said, a recurring theme. A lot of people who do this have the same or have the same predicament. So yeah, sharing is mostly what goes on here. Just sharing all the things that I love, like all the creative things. So first up, let us start with what I am wearing, because this is my newest pattern. It came out a week ago, and this is the Ollivander's turtleneck. It's the third pattern in my Magical Places collection. It's a top-down, what? I hardly ever do top-down. It's a top-down turtleneck jumper, kind of no ease, with slightly blousing bishopy sleeves, ribbed cuff, and I'll stand up so you can see. There you have it. It's knit, creaky chair. It has a raglan increase at the sides, as I said, double ribbed neckline, and this flea pattern, which I like to think of as wand sparks, hence the name Ollivander's. Yeah, I love this, and thank you for everyone who has purchased the pattern, to my test knitters who are amazing. I love that you love it. This one is knit in my yarn. This is Fabel Knitwear. This is my hand-dyed yarn in my base Athena, which is a fingering weight merino and gold stellina base, in the colours Fleur, which is the main colour, and Gold Thorn, which is the one spark pattern, because one sparks clearly have to be gold or silver, and in my case gold. So that's that, and I have worn this so much. I wore this to Stickness Market on Saturday, which is a lovely knitting yarn Christmas market which is held at Kulturhuset in Oslo, which is a really nice sort of cafe bar, just a huge place that's open for loads of things, and they have a spring market as well, which I've talked about before, and it was just wonderful. What an amazing day. There were so many people, and obviously that's a really good thing. It was a wet, cold Saturday. People were in line early. I think there was a line all day, which is insane, but fun. So if you were in that line, thank you for bearing with it and coming in and squishing all the yarn and all the nice things. What a lovely day. Oh, I'm still on a high from it. So yeah, that was amazing. It's the amazing Varune from Bristol, or as Americans say, Pleistra, but it's Bristol, in case you're American and you're wondering how to pronounce it. She arranges it, which is incredible. So it's such a well it's just such a well-managed event. It's brilliant. It's always a pleasure. Always. I've been there twice. Both times it's been a pleasure to event there. It's just wonderful. So well done to her and to everyone who stood in line and all the vendors. It's such a nice market. So I wore this, and a lot of people bought yarn for it, which just makes me so happy. Or even if they didn't buy yarn, if they had yarn, if they wanted to use something else, you bought the pattern. So yay! Quite a lot of people asked if it was possible to buy patterns without yarn, which, just in case that's unclear, yes, of course you can. I'd rather have you knit any of my patterns in whatever yarn you fancy rather than having you have to use mine. Do whatever yarn you want. You can buy patterns on Owlery and on Etsy. And then if you want to use my yarn, then that will make me like this much more happy, but it's by no means a requirement. Any yarn you fancy. So yeah, I had quite a few questions about that at the festival. So like, just in case that was unclear. I don't think it is, but now it's definitely not unclear anymore. Crystal clear. So that I wore this. And yeah, just the reception. You guys, you're the best. Such a nice day. And then we went out, just me and some other girls went out for dinner after, had some pizza and some beer, and then just an early night. Always exhausted after days like that, market days and festivals. Like a good kind of exhausted. And you just fall asleep straight away. It was really nice out. Again, can't stress it enough. Thank you if you were there, regardless of if you're a vendor or a customer or someone just like a sightseer. Lovely to have you. So yes, great segue into that. I wore my Ollivander's turtleneck there. There were two of my testers who were there, and they also wore it, and it's so fun to see them in the wild. And like, I did this at two of the festivals this autumn when I had time. Took pictures of whoever wore their Fabel Knitwear design to the festival, which of course is just the most amazing thing to see. I really, really appreciate when people do that, when they wear the festival and then they go say hi to the designer. It's just, it warms my heart. I didn't have time to do this time around, but there were forest body jackets and diagonally jumpers and Rowena jumpers and the Ollivander. There were so many, and I just, blown away. Even if there's just seeing one is, it's just the best. And then at days like this, when you see quite a few of them, it's just the most brilliant fun. Quite a lot of people also came wearing knits that they'd knit in my yarn, and that's also so fun, because like there's now, you can knit whatever you want in them. And there was one lady who'd knit a petite knit. What's it called? I can't remember. It has like little textured sort of lines at the top. Ankesh Brusa, something like that. And she knit it in Gaelic tweed in the colourway Aura, and it was so stunning. And then there was one girl who came wearing the Burrow cardigan that she'd knit in Elder Phoenix Egg, and that was really fun, because just as she was standing there looking at something else, another girl was looking at Elder Phoenix Egg, and then she just went, wait a minute, is that the yarn? And that was just the best like live like commercial that you could have, because I have mannequins and I have all the samples and everything, but seeing it on a person is always like even better. So that was really fun. So thank you to everyone. Yeah, just the best day. I could go on and on and on and on. I'm not going to. Yeah, I think I've made my points clear. This is I showed you this last time, the Ollivanders Missing Pickles Pure Wool, who I collaborate with. I love them. I also really love how they're slightly different. Like the finished look is still clearly an Ollivanders, but this is very like sleek and elegant. It's great for indoor wear. Like I can wear this inside. I could wear it inside at the marketplace, which was boiling, and be fine. Whereas this is so nice to wear when it's really chilly. This yarn is just, I love it, which is why I keep knitting in it. A lot of my designs are done in this. And yeah, I just, also this colour combination is everything, as is this. I want another one, but I wanted one of these two, which is just silly. I talked about this last time as well. I think what I might do, 2 seconds, did I not do this before? So I'm thinking if I knit another one, I'll do it in Osk, which is one of my bases, which is a base from Hipster. Have it. This is Astronomy Tower, and this is the first time I've dyed Astronomy Tower on Osk. This is probably my favourite base with this colour. I just think it's so deep and stunning. So yeah, Osk takes the solids so well. And then maybe sparkle with gold. And maybe one glow with gold on. Maybe I should branch out and not necessarily do a gold sparkle. It just feels wrong. Or maybe flare, which is the same as I have, but with red sparks. What do you think? I am really drawn to this though. I mean, I'm always drawn to these, but I can't always do that. I can, but if I'm being like practical and thinking about like samples and everything, I am really drawn to this. So many options. This is very limited. So yeah, all of these are possible. This is Usk. This is one of the recommended bases. The recommended bases are Pickles Pure Wool, Fabel Knitwear, Athena, and Usk. You could also use Bonnie. I do this in the picture. Oh. Yes. As I've also said before, I like having a pickles yarn as a recommended yarn. It's a lower price point than hand-dyed yarn, and it's a brilliant women-run business that support each other. I love collaborating with them. So as long as they want me to, I will always have a pickles recommended yarn. Just, yeah. Those who fancy hand-dyed, you're very welcome for that, and those maybe not your cup of tea, not your price point, what have you, use some other yarn, but pickles is a great option for that. That's the newest pattern. Again, thank you for the reception of it. There's one left, which is the Owlery blouse. I'm not going to show you. I'm going to start doing sneak peeks of it this week on Instagram, and then next time I will show you. I am obsessed with it. I'm working on my second one now, which I'm doing in Athena Moulin Rouge, which is my yarn, which is a, oh I didn't bring it, that's silly, which is a lovely, lovely, lovely red. It's like red, deep, lovely red. And I'm using Pickles silk mohair. So, and the version I've already knit is Pickles silk mohair and Pickles pure wool as well. Yeah, so excited. Heads up, if you got my advent calendar, or if you bought it, and you got one of the fingering weight bases, so either Athena or Usk, which is that Usk is a heavy fingering light sport, then you could knit the Owlery blouse with one skein of solid. You also need the mohair, about 75 grams of mohair, but you only need one skein of solid yarn. Just a heads up there. So yeah, for those of you, even if you, not my advent calendar, but you have some fingering weight single skeins lying around, keep your eyes peeled. It's a great one skein fingering weight project if you don't count in the mohair. So yeah, just as I was thinking of it, because I might forget to say that later, I brought 3 calendars, advent calendars, to Strikknes market, and they went so quickly. They were the first things to sell, so I'll make sure to bring more next time. I can't wait for Advent, only a few days left now, and I am so excited. Even just talking about it, I get like butterflies in my stomach. It's because I'm so excited about the calendar and what you, those of you who purchased it, what you think, and if you'll be happy with it. I hope you will be. I can't wait. This is probably like the most exciting Advent I've had in years. Not because I have a calendar, but just because I made one. I'm so excited. Oh, I can't wait. I've got really nice pictures to share of it. I'll do a reveal of the colour of the day. This is a Sunday calendar, so every Sunday I'll post this is what you guys will have opened today. That was so fun to do. It's been an eventful few months. I also have, which I debuted at Strikknes market. This is a bit all over the place, I'm really sorry. A new base. I have a new base. I have a chunky, bulky base, depending on if you're from the UK or US, or elsewhere as well. But those are the 2 things you call them. So I would say bulky, but then I don't have an English accent, you know. That's me trying to sound a clairvoyant from the Queen, which I didn't manage very well at all. No. That's a really weird tangent to go off on. Anyway, this is Maple. This is my new base. I love this. It's a bulky weight 3-ply merino, and I mean, this is the colour Flare, and this is Goldthorn. I also brought it to Strikknes market in Moulin Rouge, but that's sold out. This will be in my shop update tomorrow, which I'll talk about later. I mean, what? My battery's about to go, which is why I'm doing this. Oh, I'll keep filming until it actually goes. This is, yeah, I love this. This is perfect for the Sugar Plum jumper or the Silver Bells dress. And I have Pickle's collaboration coming up, which this will also be perfect for. Maple. It is 100 meters per 100 grams. And the gauge is around 12 to 16 stitches on like needles 5 to 8-ish millimeters, that is. Just look at, it's so, like the colour is so rich on this. I had several people ask if there was silk in it, just because it's so, it looks like so rich and it's so shiny. Maple. All the information on it is on my at fabelknitwear.com. So if you want to know more, that's the place to go. Is it really not going to go? Yeah. Not only do I have a new base and a new pattern, I also have a new button. This is the Fabel Rose button, and let me show you. Fabel Rose button, this is the first time I have a button in silver. Loads of people have asked for it. I kind of forget about silver because I only wear gold. No more, I am here for you silver wearing ladies and gents. I have it in silver. This is the peony, the open peony from my logo. I really wanted just a simple metal, this is alloy, button, kind of florally and swirly, and then I thought I already have the perfect image to go off of. So this is the Fabel Rose button. It's inspired by the Tudor rose, which I'm sure a lot of you already know. It's the rose of the Tudor house in England when they sort of meshed together or finally made peace, the houses of York and Lancaster. They each had a red and a white rose, and then yeah, this is kind of loosely based on that imagery. I just love it. It's a 18mm shank button. Shank button means this is the back. And the petals are not like symmetrical. I wanted them to have a bit more life, so when you get, if you ever get this, don't worry that it's not symmetrical. It's meant to be that way. So this is I love it. Oh, and I love having a button because my previous ones were all 15mm, and it's great to have one that's 18 as well. This is my very elegant storage. Oh, I feel like I should like wear a pouch with all my gold. Here's a little presentation I made of the Fabel Rose button. Them. I know I do, and I brought them to Stickers Room Market, and you love them there, so that's good. Thank you very much. They are available at fabelknitwear.com. I ship internationally as well, and buttons are super cheap to ship. Just a heads up, I am an enabler. And that's kind of it for all the new stuff like my news in that sense. I have one finished object that is it's not my pattern. What is this madness? I knit a hat. This was meant to be a hipster hat by Petite Knit, which is a 2x2 rib hat, but I was knitting while I was reading, and I can do stockinette and purling and 1x1 rib when I read, but 2x2 rib, my muscle memory just wants to do 1x1, so I just kept messing up. And my book is I'm rereading The Wheel of Time. I haven't read them in like 12 years, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm on book 3 now, and I wanted to read them, and I was not willing to put that down to do the hat. So I decided to do the hat to continue with the ribbing for as long as I wanted the turn up bit of the hat, very technical term to say, and then I just changed to stockinette. But then I did exactly as the pattern says for like the decreases and everything. It's a really nice pattern. I like it, and I like it with with the stockinette as well. I opted, because I'd already gotten quite far by the time I just realised I was messing up. So this is how far I got with the 2x2 rib. And I can do a single, like if I do a single sort of, I just get it really high. I can't talk apparently about hats. So I opted to do a double sort of turn up cuff thing, keep my ears extra warm. So this has happened. When did I start knitting hats? It suddenly got very cold and I realised I needed a hat. This is knit in my Bonnie base, which is my Blueface Leicester fingering weight in the colour Wizard's Rose. I love it. Look at this colour. I spent ages braiding my hair today into like a crown, so I might mix it up. Let's see. No, it's fine. I'm not one of those, I don't really suit a hat if you can't see my hair. But there you go. It fits really nicely. It's a fingering weight hat, so it's not like the warmest hat in the world, but it's perfect for days because I don't really like wearing hats. I find they're very, very warm. Even like when I used to work in film and we'd film outside in winter, I would only wear a hat if it was like -20 degrees Celsius. I'm not even joking. So it's nice for me having a hat that's not too warm, because then I start itching. Even if it's not itchy warm, my forehead will just, yeah, go crazy if I get too warm. So this is really nice and light and airy while still keeping my ears warm, because what's the point of a hat if you can't keep your ears? Oh, this I don't understand. Okay, so this is going to look ridiculous on me. But like, men who wear their hats over their ears? What's the point? Maybe it's because they have shorter hair. But my hair is really thin, and that, like, my head is hardly ever cold. My ears get cold. I don't know what's that about, eh? If you do that, let me know what that's about. I don't get it. Turn off. A bit of a confusion on my part. So this is what's meant to be the Hipster hat by Petite Knit, knit in Bonnie, my base, in the colour Wizard's Rose. I want everything in this colour now. I really, really want, speaking of this colour, I really want this. I really like a Manam cardigan in Wizard's Rose, or Moulin Rouge. And I want a Rowena jumper in one of those two, and a diagonal jumper in one of those two. I'm currently knitting the Owlery in Moulin Rouge, so maybe Wizard's Rose for one of the others. Maybe both. Why not both? I finished that. Apart from that, I think that's everything that's relevant to the crafty business of things, except I do have 2 Knitalongs happening. There is the Fables of Knitting 2019 Knitalong Cal, where you can knit any of my patterns or any of the patterns that I mentioned in 2000 on this podcast. Only rule is you have to cast on and cast off in 2019. So that means the Hipster hat is also now on that list. Not long left, a bit over a month. It will close on January 1st. So get on that if you want to. There will be prizes. I keep saying to myself, remember to bring the prizes in to show, and I keep forgetting. But I just, there will be buttons, there will be some of my yarn, I bought 4 skeins of yarn when I was in London this past February. I don't think I'll ever get to them, they're gorgeous, but now that I have my own yarn, I'd rather knit that. So I'm thinking that will be part of the giveaway. And patterns, loads of fun stuff, so do join. There is also the diagonally cal, where you knit the diagonally jumper. You have to cast on and cast off within like the period of the Knitalong. It ends on January 1st as well, and you are allowed to double dip. If you knit the diagonally jumper, you can enter both for the Fables of Knitting 2019 and diagonally Knitalong. So do join that if you want. Prices for that as well, it's the same sort of thing. You can join on Ravelry. There's a Ravelry group for each of the Knitalongs, or you can join on Instagram using the hashtags. I'll link below to more info if you're interested. Speaking of Knitalongs, once the Owlery jumper has been released, I am doing another Knitalong. It will be a Magical Places Knitalong, where you can knit any of the 4 Magical Places collection knitting patterns, so the Diagon Alley jumper, the Burrow cardigan, the Ollivander's turtleneck, or the Owlery jumper. You cannot join with a Diagon Alley jumper that you have already joined in the Diagon Alley Cal. That won't do. However, you can join if you've started knitting the Ollivander, or if you've started knitting the Burrow cardigan, that's fine, you can join in that, but you cannot join with the Diagon Alley that you have already knit and join in the Diagon Alley Cal. There you have it. And I'll open that thread once the Owlery blouse has been released. That will be at the start of December sometime. I've not set a fixed date yet. I think somewhere in my mind, the 5th, if that's well, I'll let you know. And it'll run for a couple of months, maybe like out March, and then you can, yeah, join that. I'll let you know more when I know more about the details, but just a heads up for that. Yes, I do believe I've covered all the things. No, I haven't. I keep saying that and I haven't. There's a shop update happening tomorrow, Wednesday the 27th of November at 12 o'clock GMT +1, which is the time it is in Oslo. Everything that's left from Strikknes Julemarked, which is not loads to be honest, will be listed. There's not loads, what do I have? There's very little Athena. Athena is by far the most popular base whenever I vend. There's, I think, 4 skeins of Mage Bloom and 1 skein of Gold Dawn and 1 skein of a one-of-a-kind orange. In Bonnie DK, I have 1 skein in Wizard's Robes, 1 in Moulin Rouge, 1 in Divination, which is a new colour. And then I think there's 8 in Erebor. I dyed it up on Erebor for the first time, and I think I can't wait until someone knits like a jumper or something with that. Oh, I love that colourway. And 1 Astronomy Tower, I think. Oh, I can't remember. And for Bonnie, there's 5 skeins in Phoenix Egg, 1 Gold Dawn, 1 Wizard's Robes, quite a few in Fleur, and this is Fleur, and 1 Astronomy Tower. And we have Gaze Tweed. There are 2 in Moulin Rouge, which I am dying to cast on something in. 1 King's Foil, and like 5 or 6 Astronomy Tower, I think. And then Usk, we have approximately, you know, there's 2 Wizard's Robes, there's 5 Gold Dawn, 5 Fae, 5 Fleur, 3 Astronomy Tower, and I can't remember how many Vasilisa. If you want to know exact amounts and what bases are coming in each update, I would recommend that you sign up to my newsletter. Whenever I have a shop update, I will send out a newsletter telling you these are the bases, the colours and the quantities, so that you know whether or not to set your alarm. So that's coming. After that, I am vending. This will be the last event of the year at Strikksalongen and Strikk og Drikks Juletræfest, just a Christmas tree fest, Christmas tree event. Not event, Christmas tree fest sounds best in English. There'll be a Christmas tree and decorating and Christmas music and a quiz and a small marketplace. I'm not sure. The only other vendor that I know will be there is Strikkesilla, but there are definitely others. I can't wait. It's so exciting. It's going to be the Christmas spirit. It's going to it'll fill us up. I know, I'm sure of it. So that's the last event that I'll be vending at this year. It's from 5 o'clock, I believe, until 10 o'clock in the evening. So it's an after work event. It's a Wednesday. So do pop by after work, get something to eat, have a glass of beer or hot chocolate or whatever you fancy, and join us, get some knitting done, buy some yarn, maybe a Christmas present for yourself, for someone else, who knows, maybe both. And then on the 12th, I will do the last shop update of the year. I will list anything that's left from Juleträdfasten, and you only have 2 days to shop because I will close the shop for the holidays at the end, like 11 o'clock-ish. I'll let you know details when it's close to the date. On the Friday, on Friday the 13th. Because I am traveling to California. I've talked about this before. Really, really early on the 15th. So I will need Saturday to ship any orders that'll come in. So I will close the shop on Friday, late on Friday. So if you want to snag something, make sure you do it either in the update tomorrow or the update on the 12th of December. For those of you in Oslo, I do have the option of picking up your yarn in Oslo. On the 12th, that won't be possible unless you can pick it up on Saturday, but after that I won't be here. So just a heads up for that. If you can pick up on Saturday, then you're more than welcome to, but after that, no. Unless I can get my mum to do it. But just as a general thing to consider. So that's happening. I will open the shop again after New Year's. We are flying from LA on the 30th and we'll land in Oslo like 10 o'clock in the morning on the 31st. And so if we've gotten sleep on the plane, which I dearly hope we do, we'll be ready to celebrate New Year's Eve. And if not, then we will probably just sleep through it all. I hope we don't do that. No, we'll have dinner with some friends and then we'll see how late we are. But yes, that's like the general gist of what's happening. And like shop update news. After New Year, the first booked event that I have is Kristiansand Strikkfestival, which is a knitting festival in Kristiansand in Norway, which is the southern part of Norway. It's about a 4-hour drive southwest of Oslo. I've never been, so that's going to be really fun. It's on the, I'm going to get this wrong, 20th to 22nd of March. And so that's the first knitting festival that's happening. And then I will announce more once I have everything's set in stone. But there are many other fun things happening in 2020 as well. I aim to be at all the festivals in Norway, at least. Not all of them, but the same ones that I went to this year. I do hope I can do that because I just had the best time vending at them. So that's the general what's happening next year. I also have a fun thing that I plan to do for Easter because I had such fun doing the advent calendars, and they went a lot, like a lot more people bought them than I thought would, which of course is brilliant, and I love them. I love making them, so I want to do an Easter egg. I'm not going to do an actual Easter egg because shipping that would just cost a fortune because of the shape, but an Easter egg. A little present that you open on Easter Day, which is the 12th of April 2020, which is my birthday. And so it'll be like Easter egg, Helena's birthday, yay! Oh, I said Helena. I used to live in the UK and no one could say my name because apparently pronouncing an E more than twice in a row is impossible if you are a native English speaker. Even though you've already said it correctly twice, here, there, near. I don't get why that's so difficult. But anyway, for about 4 years I went as Helena and I automatically do it when I speak English. But my name is not Helena, it's Helena. So it's Helena's birthday on the 12th of April. But that's also Easter Day. And I wanted to do like a Advent inspired thing where you buy like a surprise like Easter skein of yarn. If that's something that you think would be fun, let me know. I'll do the same thing as I did for the advent calendars, where you can choose between different bases, and I'm also thinking you can choose between a because it's only one skein, or should I do 2 skeins? Let me know. 1 or 2 skeins, or options. Well, you could choose between like a semi-solid or a variegated speckle, depending on what you usually like knitting with. I really want to do that because I had such fun with the advent calendars. So same thing, like you'll get an egg with yarn and some fun bits and bobs, just as a little surprise instead of a Easter egg filled with sugar, which to be fair sounds delicious. I get myself I always get. Last year I got an Easter egg from Augusta, which is a brilliant, I don't know what is it, sometimes like my English, en conditor. She makes chocolates and cakes and stuff. And it was delicious. I'll get one of those again. So, but if you also want some yarn, what do you think about this idea? I love it. I've already started planning for it. I kind of know what I want to do. When the time comes, I will open pre-orders, maybe in February, and then I'll have time to dye everything and ship out in time for Easter without problem at all. So that's I hope you like it. I'm really excited about this idea. And I think this is it. I've said it how many times? 3 times? Twice already? I think this is it. Like the official yarn news. No, it's not. Well, to be fair, this is just an acquisition. It's not really news or anything. I bought myself a tote bag from Hipster. I love this. It's a really sturdy canvas tote, and it's huge. She has them in smaller sizes as well, but I already have 1,000 small totes, and I have one big one and I use it all the time. I don't know about you, but carrying around 2 totes is just why. I'd rather have one huge one for when I need to carry quite a bit of stuff, and I go to the post office quite a lot. So this is perfect. It's huge. And you can fit nearly like all of me in this. I love it. And then it says, she has different designs for this. Knitter. This is the t-shirt I really want to get, because I have 3 of her t-shirts, and this, I don't have the one that says Knitter in like the typewriter font, and I really want it. And the canvas is really sturdy, it's beautifully sewn. It's just really good quality. So yeah, check out if you're in the market for like knitters accessories, check it out. I also bought myself, it's not arrived yet, it was pre-order, another Bristol needle case. I have the pink one. I have the smallest size because I use interchangeable needles. Just a sec, I'll go get it. So I got this in April last year, and I was so sick of winter, and the pink just really spoke to me. I love pink. This is mine. I have the smallest size. I use interchangeable needles, and they fit perfectly in there, and so I got 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and then it goes down. And I've got room for all my cables, all of these bits and bobs. Oh, and then I have scissors and gauge measurement. Yeah, why was that so difficult to say? I also have this really sweet little thing from Garntopia where I have my needles. And I love it, it's so practical. But it's nearly December, and ever since probably like September, I've not really been feeling the pink. And I know I'll feel it again come like March, when I'm again sick of winter because it just lasts forever. But I bought one in deep red. I think it's called Bordeaux. It's not arrived yet, and I can't wait for it to arrive. So I'll have one red one and one pink one, and I can swap. Just a little treat for myself. I love this, but I am so excited about the red one, and I love how practical it is. I also have another acquisition. I got an interchangeable needle set for Christmas ages ago, now 3 years ago. It was the Knit Pro set from needles 3 up to 5, I think. Love it, it's great. I've used it a lot, and a lot of them were sort of, especially 4mm needles, that's the one I use that a lot. It's starting to sort of shape a bit. So I treated myself to new needles. This is also Knit Pro, or is it? I think it is, because it fits the same. Why can't I remember this? It came in this, and I paid for this. So I hardly ever use anything over a 6. This is 6. And all the others I've put in here. It came like this, and then in there's cables, and there's a little shawl pin. And there was a gauge measurer and loads of other bits and bobs that I put in there. This is so beautiful. It's Knit Pro. I think it's called Symphony Rose. No, that's the colourful one. I don't like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really dark, like walnut, warm mahogany nearly coloured wood, and it has a rose gold coloured metal bit. And then the cables are this lovely deep brown burgundy, and this is also rose gold. My battery died very suddenly with no warning. I think that's it. So if you want to hear some live stuff, then you're welcome to stick around, and if not, then I'll see you later. This weekend I'm going to Gothenburg, Göteborg, with some friends. That's about a 4-hour drive from Oslo into Sweden. We're gonna have some good food, we're gonna go to Christmas market, we're just gonna have a really nice chill time. I'm so looking forward to it. Friends from school, we went to Folkhögskola together, and it's great that we're able to do these things every once in a while. Way too, not often enough. My boyfriend and his friends are really good. They go on a football trip each year, and they always do it, and they all go, and it's just, they're really good at it. We're rubbish at it. There's always someone who can't go, so the fact that the stars aligned and we can all 4 go this weekend is a miracle. But that's happening, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. And then my boyfriend is going to Bergen next weekend, and I want to show you Ava, which is our 2.5-year-old niece. I want to show you what I made her for Christmas. This is a dressing up suitcase. When I was young, pardon, we love dressing up, and I'm just going off her being the same as me, which probably isn't, but she's too young to know really what she likes and doesn't like yet. So I made her a dressing up suitcase, and I wanted to do something that wouldn't be wasteful, that she won't get sick of. And as a kid, there's always dressing up happening, whether it's a birthday or at school. So I figured I would get her, or we would get her, things that she wouldn't grow out of. So stuff she could wear for many years, because there are so many things happening when you're a kid. I want to show you what she's getting, because I'm so excited. I wish I had this. She's getting a little tangled hairband. She's blonde, so that it's gonna go really well. She's getting a wand, a unicorn headband, a tutu. This is elastic. Now it's going to be quite long on her, but when she grows up, it can be a little tutu. And the best wings in the world. I mean, how amazing are these wings? I had wings when I was a kid, but they were white with glitter, and I love them. But these, wow, I love these wings. I'm not going to take them out of their pouchy thing bag because there's going to be glitter everywhere, which I don't mind, but I do not live alone, and so there you have that. She's getting a little bag, a little panda, a boa, a feather boa, which my boyfriend picked out, so it's black for some reason, and a little rytmisk sportsgymnastik thing. Oh, this is so fun. I cut off the end of it because it was so long, and she's just gonna knock everything over, and used it for the handle because this used to be a broken leather bag. My boyfriend's gonna have a blast carrying this around the airport. But yeah, I'm gonna go have some lunch, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.